Toronto Blue Jays finally did it. They gave Vladimir Guerrero Jr. a 14-year, $500 million contract extension. He is now a Blue Jay for life. And today, I want to rebuild the Blue Jays and MLB The Show around Vlad Jr. and his contract extension. Now, I have Vlad Jr. on a long contract here. It's not 100% accurate to what it is in real life. This is the roster that I downloaded from the vault for this rebuild. So yeah, it's not 100% accurate. It's 10 years, 45 million, like whatever. The point is, Vlad Jr. is going to be a J for a very long time. The Blue Jays have a lot of money now tied up to some players. This past offseason, they signed Anthony Santander to a 5-year deal. He's making just under $20 million a year, but he's going to be a very nice power bat in the middle of the lineup. They acquired Andres Jimenez from the Guardians after he was signed to an extension back, I think at the start of 2024, and now they're on the hook for his $15 million a year over the next 6 seasons. The Blue Jays did go out and sign Jeff Hoffman to a 3-year contract, $11 million a year. He's a very good reliever. They also gave Alejandro Kirk a 5-year contract as well. He will be the catcher for the foreseeable future. And that's just with this offseason, man. There's still money they have tied up to other players like Jose Barrios, still making a good chunk of change over the next 4 years. But the two most interesting ones are George Springer and Kevin Gausman, both in their mid-30s, still making over $20 million a year over the course of the next 2 seasons. I do plan on trading these players at the deadline, and that's because of Bichette. Bichette is going to be a free agent after the 2025 season. I don't really know what the Blue Jays plans are in real life, if they're going to extend Bichette, if they're okay with letting him go. I'm not really sure, but for this video, this rebuild, I am going to try to extend Bichette. I am going to try to give him a long-term deal because I would love to see him and Vlad win a championship together. I would love to see the homegrown talent of the Blue Jays succeed, which is why I plan on trading George Springer and Kevin Gausman. That's just money that I really don't want on the books for next season. I am going to stick with Barrios for a little while. I am going to obviously stick with Kirk. I'm going to stick with Andres Jimenez, obviously Santander. It's just a lot of money out there, and these guys are getting a little bit older. I do plan on moving them and trying to see what I can get back and opening up some salary for a possible Bo extension. Now, if the Bo extension doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world because our top prospect is Arjun Nimala. 19-year-old shortstop, was the first-round pick back in 2023. This guy was the National High School Player of the Year when he was drafted, so I have a lot of high hopes for him. And the other top 100 prospect in this organization is Trey Yesavage, 21-year-old pitcher, 6'4", 225, a righty. I hope this guy develops well because he could be a really good piece for my rotation. So those two guys are in the MLB top 100. Outside of that, the other top prospects, we have Ricky Tiedemann, Jake Bloss, or Elvis Martinez, and I hope to add even more really good prospects here with some decent draft classes in this rebuild. So that's kind of the plan right now. Shed some salary, flip some of the guys I have on the last year of their contract at the deadline, and try to get some decent draft classes because I'm not going to be able to spend a ridiculous amount of money in free agency in this rebuild with all the money I currently have on the books and all the money I already plan on spending on players that I already have. But let's go ahead and get to the draft in year 1 and see how we do. All right, we've made it to draft day. Some of the players I like here: Tom Espinoza, center fielder. Just looks like a great ball player all around. Roger French, 18-year-old, 6'5" lefty out of high school. I have a feeling this guy could be sick. Micah Dobbs is another pitcher that I think could be pretty good. I didn't get him fully scouted, though. Ken Matsui is another guy that I think could be pretty good. Another starting pitcher out of high school. And then I have Eddie Escobar, another center fielder. Looks to have some good power in that bat. I will have the 8th pick, so I should be able to get at least one of the guys that I like. But let's see who the number 1 pick of the draft is. Roger Sanchez. I think next up is the Angels. They're taking Pablo Caraballo. I did scout this guy, but I wasn't blown away by him. And the number 3 pick of the draft, Gustavo Guillen, a guy that I really didn't even have on my radar. But now it's my turn to pick, and I have a lot of the guys that I like. Do I go with Tom Espinoza? He is literally like my number 1 guy on the rankings, along with the number 1 guy on the draft rankings. Or do I go with Roger French? A 6'5" lefty could be sick. You know, I went pretty heavy on the pitching in the Angels rebuild. I'm going to go ahead and take the center fielder. I'm going to go ahead and draft a position player, Tom Espinoza. And now I'm on to pick number 2. All the other guys are off the board. I did like Roscoe Sims. I think this guy could be a decent pitcher. He's not very big. He's only 5'10" for a righty, but he does have good velo. So I'll go ahead and take him with my second pick. And now here for the next one. Once again, just not a lot of guys at this point that I really scouted that well. I think I'll take a chance on Mark Barnes right here. Go ahead and pick him up. For my next pick, I think I'm going to go with Reggie Sousa, 19-year-old out of high school for third base, decent contact, decent bat, it looks like overall, so I'll take him. And from there, I really don't even have a lot of guys that were like fully scouted, so I'm just gonna take let's go with Rod Flanagan. Why not? I'll go ahead and call it there. So that's the draft. And now if we take a look at how things are going, we're currently 3rd in the division, 5.5 out of 1st. Vlad is having a great year, 22 doubles and 21 homers at the All-Star break. He's killing it. Bowden Francis is having a great year in the rotation, a 2.01 ERA in 19 starts. That's good, especially if I plan on trading a guy like Kevin Gausman. I mean, he's kind of the major veteran of the staff, and he's got a 4.38 ERA. If I can have somebody like Bowden Francis really stepping up, especially with him being controllable for a while, that's really good. How is George Springer doing? Doesn't look like he's doing great. 402 slugging, 713 OPS. Would have liked for him to be doing a little bit better to get a little bit more trade value for him, but that's all right. As far as our prospects, how is Namala doing at AA? He's doing all right. 701 OPS, 6 homers, 10 doubles, 3 triples. He's getting ABs. He's developing. And Trey Yesavage is, wow, he's looking great. A 1.95 ERA in AA, 111 innings pitched, 84 strikeouts, a whip under 1. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. All right, but now we are here at the trade deadline. It's time to make some moves. Just a reminder that the players I'm looking to move, George Springer, Kevin Gausman, Chris Bassett, since he's on the last year of his deal, as well as Max Scherzer. He's on this 1-year deal anyway. He is, I mean, he's got a 3.97 ERA for a 40-year-old pitcher in 113 innings. At 10 quality starts, there is some value there. Let's see what I can do. So I think this is going to be my Kevin Gausman trade here. I'm going to throw Eric Swanson in as well, and I'm able to get Landon Knack from the Dodgers, 27-year-old starter with B potential, 74 overall. Honestly, having a killer year here at AAA with a 1.88 ERA. Plus, I'll have control of him for 7 seasons. This is actually going to be a really good move for me because I'm also going to be getting rid of Chris Bassett. I'm also going to be getting rid of Max Scherzer. So I'm getting a starter back. Plus, I still have Trey Yesavage in the pipeline. I have Ricky Tiedemann in the pipeline, as well as Bowden Francis, who's pitching well at the major league level this season. Plus, the Dodgers have $1 trillion. So, I mean, they're going to go ahead and take that contract no matter what. And then for Chris Bassett, I'm going to go ahead and make a trade with the Phillies for Dante Nori, 20-year-old center field prospect, 65 overall, B potential. He's got 41 at-bats at AAA with a 795 OPS. So I'm definitely down to take a chance on this guy. And, you know, the Phillies, they're first in the NL East at the moment, and you can never have enough pitching, and especially veteran pitching. So I'm going to go ahead and take that from the Phils. And then for Max Scherzer, I'm going to trade him straight up for Brock Stewart to the Minnesota Twins. He's not having a phenomenal year out of the bullpen, a 4.91 ERA. Max Scherzer's doing okay with a 3.97 ERA. He's having a decent year once again for a 40-year-old, but I'm not going to bring him back next year, so I may as well get something for him now. And right now, the Twins are 4 games out of the division, but they are the #1 seed for the wild card. So maybe Max Scherzer gets him over the hump. I don't know. And that just leaves George Springer. He's got 20 doubles and 11 homers at the deadline with a 716 OPS. Maybe he could be a solid second half bat for a team that's in the hunt for a playoff spot. Maybe a team like the Mariners or the A's, or maybe even somewhere in the NL like the Cardinals, the D-backs, the Braves, the Mets, the Cubs. This is an intense race here in the NL. Now, this looks like a decent deal for me, man. George Springer, and I'm throwing Amir Garrett in the deal as well to get Max Schumann from the A's. Third baseman right now in 2025 has a 418 slugging, a 743 OPS. Only in his second year, too, so he's arbitration eligible after 2026 for 3 years. So yeah, I think this is the move I'm going to make. They're trying to get a wild card spot. I'm currently in a wild card spot too, but I do not care. I am not building this team for this year. I'm building this team to have a dominant stretch for like 3 or 4 years. So I'm going to go ahead and make that trade, and I think that's where I'm going to call it at the deadline. So now this is what the team is looking like post-deadline. I do have Max Schumann in the outfield. He can play anywhere. And this is what the new rotation is looking like for the second half of 2025. I'm not going to call up Ricky Tiedemann. I'm not going to call up Savage yet. I'm going to let these guys keep cooking here at AA and AAA. And this is what we'll roll with for the rest of the season. And now with the trade deadline over, it's time for the moment of truth. What does our draft look like? Okay, not terrible. 90 potential for Espinoza and 89 potential for Roscoe Sims. Some of these other guys might have been a little bit of a miss, but not terrible. I've seen worse drafts. Let's see if anybody else took some of the players that I was liking and they end up being like generational. Micah Dobbs, I'm pretty sure I had this guy on my board. He looks fine. Oh, wow. Eddie Escobar went to the Cubs. He was on my board. They didn't actually sign him. That sucks for them. Honestly, it doesn't look like anybody got anybody really like generational here in this draft. I actually think out of everything, I had a pretty decent draft. All right, so now that we've made it through the trade deadline, we've made it through the draft, it is now time to do my possible extension for Bichette. Now, this season, he's only got a 677 OPS. He's not necessarily killing it. And if I go ahead and offer him an extension, he's only looking at 5 years, less than 80 million. Now, I think Bichette is going to get significantly more than that. I'd argue probably double in terms of the overall salary. I mean, compare him to Willy Adames just on the hitting side. Since 2021, he's got him beaten OPS plus, slugging, on base. Willy Adames has a little bit of the power edge in terms of the amount of home runs he's hit. So I'm not going to just take the easy MLB The Show route here. I am going to make this somewhat realistic. I'm probably going to go 7 years, and I'm probably going to go 160. $22.9 million a year. Is this an overpay? Maybe. Is this an underpay? Maybe to some people. And I know I don't need to spend this money in MLB The Show to get him. I could have got him a lot cheaper, but just to kind of keep things somewhat realistic, I'm going to go ahead and offer this to Bichette. 7 years, $160 million contract extension. And he is on board. So let's go ahead and get to the end of the season. And at the end of the season, the Blue Jays finished 4 games under. We did not make the playoffs, and I'm okay with that. I know we were in a playoff spot around the trade deadline, but we're rebuilding for the future. We don't really care about right now. MVP went to Aaron Judge. Vlad Jr finished 3rd. Shohei takes it home in the NL. Cy Young goes to Yamamoto and Luis Hill. Vlad Jr wins a batting title, though. Hell yeah. And for Rookie of the Year, it's Christian Campbell and Roki Sasaki. How did Bichette do? Hey, once we extended him, he picked it up. Finished with a 728 OPS with 20 homers and 34 doubles. Santander finished with 36 homers, 765 OPS. How did Varsho do? 21 doubles, 625 OPS. Not quite as good as I would have liked, especially with him coming up on his arbitration. Andres Jimenez, 36 doubles. Damn. 36 doubles for Jimenez. And then as far as my guys in the majors, Bowden Francis with 33 starts, 15-9 with a 2.6 ERA. That is beautiful. Jose Barrios, 3.39 ERA in 33 starts. Landon Knack, I picked him up from the Dodgers. Didn't do too hot, 6.28 ERA, but maybe he'll be better next year. You know, new environment. Maybe he's still getting used to everything. But now let's go ahead and see who wins the World Series, see who comes out on top. Oh, the Dodgers won. Big surprise. And now we move to the offseason. Now, as far as this first offseason, there's not really much that I'm looking at doing. I'm pretty, okay with my lineup going into year 2. And as far as my rotation, I'm probably going to have Ricky Tiedemann here in the 5th spot. So there's really not much I need to do this offseason. I'm not saying I'm going to do nothing, but I'm not really going to go after one of these big free agents, obviously. Whoa, that's a big trade. Marcelo Meyer is heading to the Angels. The Red Sox get Christian Moore. That's big time. Now, looking at my current depth chart, I could use a bat for sure. I could use maybe an outfielder or even just a big power bat that could go at DH. And looking at what's available, I'm looking at a guy maybe like Max Kepler. It wouldn't be very expensive. I could get him on probably like a 2-year deal or something. Yeah, he's asking for 2 years, $9 million a year. With the amount of money I freed up in that past trade deadline, that's not bad. Even a guy like Michael Conforto wouldn't be terrible. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and add Max Kepler to my board, and I think I will just go ahead and look at a starting pitcher just in case a guy like Ricky Tiedemann comes up, doesn't really have the best first half or something. At least there's maybe another veteran I can pick up that can kind of pick up the slack maybe. Maybe like a John Means. I'll do that. I'll go ahead and get John Means on the big board as well. Let's start with those two guys. And there it is. Kyle Tucker is off the board. 9 years, $300 million to the Giants. The NL West just got crazier. I have also offered contracts to all three of the free agents on my board. I put Mike Soroka on here as well. Once again, just a guy that can possibly be, you know, a 4 or 5 starter for me. John Means, contract decision. All right, hey, we got him. 1 year, 13.9. Not breaking the bank and just looking for him to be a back-end starter. What about Mike Soroka? No, he's not happy with that deal. How about this time for Mike Soroka? There we go. Got him at 2.8 per year. How about this time? How about this time? There it is. We got Kepler. 2 years, $9 million. All right, and I think that is all I'm going to do here in free agency. I don't really need to do anything else. And now going into year 2, Ricky Tiedemann is starting the season as the 5th starter. He's up to the major leagues. Nimala is here in AAA. And our 2 new best prospects from the last draft, Tom Espinoza and Roscoe Sims, are both in AA. I have a really good feeling about the future of this team. All right, man, we're ready to go for year 2. Before I get going into the scouting and get to the draft and all that stuff, I think I want to get to the home opener and actually go into the game because this is going to be Ricky Tiedemann's MLB debut. So I definitely want to see at least a little bit of his first start. Wait, hold on a second. Now we got another trade? Didn't the Angels just get Marcelo Meyer? And when did the Guardians get Jason Chourio? And here we go. It's the home opener for the Jays and the MLB debut of Ricky Tiedemann. Let's see how he does in his first start. Hey, his first career strikeout. Beautiful. Him and Trey Savage, man, they're going to be the future of this rotation. Oh, don't let that fall. Don't let that get down. Damn. Little double play right now, Ricky. Oh, right there. Right to Bo. To Jimenez. Can't get Gunnar. Gunnar did take second. He's got 2 strikes on Kobe Mayo, though. He popped him up. That should be an easy play. And Ricky Tiedemann's through the first inning. Hey, Max Kepler drove in 2 runs in his first at-bat. Ricky Tiedemann's got 2 guys on base now. Fielder's choice, first and third with 2 outs. Harry Ford at the plate. He walks him. Okay, it's going to be bases loaded for Victor Robles. Why do they have him batting leadoff and not Gunnar or Jackson Holiday for that matter? Swing and a miss. He gets out of the bases loaded jam. Oh, he just gave up a triple though in the 3rd inning. That's the first run he's allowed. Still have a lead though. 2 guys on. We lost the lead. Can he get out of the inning though? It's bases loaded again. Come on, Ricky, get out of this. Strike 3 looking. That should do it for his debut. And hey, we win it 3-2. Great opening day victory. Ricky Tiedemann does not get the win, but hey, for his MLB debut, getting out of 2 bases loaded jams like that, that's pretty impressive. But now it's time to cook in the draft. I'll see you guys there. All right, it is finally draft time. I'm going to start with some of the pitchers that I like here. Fred Dodson, 18 years old, 5'11" righty. Just a pretty well-balanced pitcher right now. Then I have another Fred Bird. This guy's 6'4". He's 19 years old. And similar to Fred Dodson, he's just kind of balanced across the board. Would like him to throw maybe a little bit harder if you're going to be 6'4". But that's where Bob Farmer comes in. 18-year-old righty, 6'2". Look at the velocity and break this guy could possibly have. As far as position players, I did some scouting on this Phil Newcomb guy. He's a second baseman. Definitely looks to be a little bit more fielding first, but those hitting numbers are not bad at all. And then I wish I did a little bit more scouting on this Andres Blanco guy. He's an 18-year-old switch hitting 3rd baseman. He wasn't even on any radars except for ours. Let's get to the draft. I'm pretty sure I have the 10th overall pick going into this one. Hopefully one of these guys will be available by the time my pick comes. The number 1 overall pick for the Rockies, Sean Lopez. Number 2 overall for the Nationals, Sam Brennan. And the number 3 overall pick for the White Sox is Todd Preston. Okay, now I just gotta hope that 4 through 9 doesn't take any of the guys that I like. And they took Phil Newcomb. I felt like he was going to be good. All right, so who do I want to take here? My gut is telling me Bob Farmer, an 18-year-old pitcher that can throw that hard. I just feel like he's got something, man. I think I'm going to go with Bob Farmer. over Andres Blanco. I have a feeling this guy's still going to be here in a few rounds. And both of the Freds look pretty good, but I just really like how hard Bob Farmer throws, so I'm gonna go ahead and draft him as my #1 pick in 2026. And boom, I simulated in my next pick. Andres Blanco is still there. Now, this guy I'm definitely taking a chance on because he doesn't look absolutely crazy. He's definitely got more power in the bat than the contact, but I just have a good feeling about him, so I'm gonna go ahead and draft him. And then for my third pick, let's see who I want to go with. I think I'm gonna go with this guy, Craig Frisch, 6'2" lefty, 22 years old. I think I'm gonna go ahead and draft him with my third pick in this draft. And honestly, just going forward, a lot of these guys I didn't do a ton of scouting on. I kind of let my discovery scout and my pitcher scout just try to, you know, scout a lot of guys at once. So at this point, we definitely are just kind of throwing some shots in the dark. And I'm just going to hope that one of these works out. Let's go with Richie Daniel. Let's take another infielder here. And then for my 5th round pick, I'll go with Leo Mercado, draft another starter. And then same thing here. I'm just going to take another pitcher. I'm going to go Earl McLeod. He's a lefty, 6'4" lefty, actually. Let's just go ahead and go with him. That should probably be the end of my draft. Yeah. All right. Draft is over. Hopefully we did well. But now we're at the trade deadline. You can see we're not having a great year. 1 game under 500. The Red Sox are absolutely running away with the division. Let's check and see how some of our guys are doing. Vlad looks like he's on a little bit of a cold streak. Still doing okay. 719 OPS. Would definitely like that to be a little higher, though. Santander looks like he's having a great year. 795 OPS. 30 home runs at the deadline. Damn. How was our free agent signing Max Kepler doing? Not great. I wasn't expecting much from him, though. I'm not really surprised. How about our pitching, though? Bowden Francis, the top of our rotation guy. 207 ERA. This guy's nasty, dude. A whip at exactly 1 in 126 innings. I love this guy at the top of the rotation. How is Ricky Tiedemann doing in his first full year? 4.46 ERA. Not amazing, but, you know, for a rookie season, it's not the worst I've ever seen. He should just continue to get better. He's only 23 years old. Landon Knack, we got him from the Dodgers in the last deadline. You know, he's fine. 4 starter. Definitely an improvement on his 2025 as of right now. John Means, we picked him up. John Means is doing fine. 3.7 ERA. We'll work with that, especially as a middle of the rotation guy. But now let's check out our prospects. How is Trey Yesavage doing here at AAA? A 3.7 ERA, a 1.22 whip, and 116 innings. Over down in AA, we have Roscoe Sims. He's our #2 prospect. He's looking good. 2.38 ERA, 1.18 whip in 121 innings. Arjun Namala down here in AAA. How's he doing? 9 homers, 12 doubles, 287 average, 811 OPS. Still only 20 years old. He has plenty of time to develop. And then down here in AAA, Tom Espinoza, 17 doubles, 9 homers, 745 OPS. Nice. We're definitely seeing some development, and I have no reason to rush these guys up to the big leagues right now. Now, I gotta be honest, there's not really much I want to do at the deadline. I'm kind of debating if I want to trade Dalton Varsho because he's not really doing that well at 532 OPS in over 400 plate appearances, and he's going to be a free agent after this year. I mean, if he's going to put up these numbers, I really just don't really have a spot for him. He's not a bad player or anything, but I mean, he's an outfielder. I have Tom Espinoza in the pipeline. I think I might see what I can get for Dalton Varsho. I don't really know if I plan on bringing him back next year. Outside of that, though, like, I could maybe try to flip Mike Soroka. You know, I have him coming out of the bullpen right now. 28 years old. He's got another year left on his deal. He's just not doing great, so I don't know. All right, I think for Mike Soroka, I'm going to trade him to the Brewers for Brian Hudson. In 45 innings, Brian Hudson has a 3.57 ERA. He's 28 years old. He's going to be arbitration eligible for the next 3 seasons. Brewers are only 3.5 games out of the wild card in the National League, so they're trying to make a push. And they already have like a decent enough rotation, but they are probably looking for either like another 5 starter in case Mizurowski can't really get it together with his 5.56 ERA, or they could use Mike Soroka as like a long reliever. So I'm going to go ahead and make this trade. I'll get a reliever back and I'll shed a little bit of salary. Now for Dalton Varsho, I'm going to make a trade with the Phillies. I'm going to get Griff McGarry, a 26-year-old righty. He's got C potential. You know, we're kind of taking a bit of a chance or whatever. He's got a 4.61 ERA down here in AAA. Not amazing. But then I'll also be getting Rodolfo Castro, a 26-year-old shortstop. He can also play second and third. Maybe he can be kind of a bridge guy while we wait for Nimala to make it to the big leagues. Plus, I'll have 3 years of control on him as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab him. And that is the end of Dalton Varsho's career as a J. But now comes the fun part, man. Let's see if we cooked in the draft. Let's see if we found anybody good. Here we go. Moment of truth. Okay, not incredible, nothing generational by any means. Bob Farmer looks like he was a decent first-round pick. Andres Blanco looks like a solid pick overall, up to 89 potential. A lot of these other guys are just middle of the pack. Todd Preston ended up being insane for the White Sox, 97 potential. I want to look and see if there were any players that I kind of had on my list that ended up being really good. Oh my God, the Marlins got a generational talent. Franz Grantham. Yeah, this guy's gonna be sick. 80 overall already. 19 years old. Jesus. Sam Brennan for the Nationals looks pretty good. Vladimir Cordero. I did scout this guy a little bit. He got up to 90 potential, so that's pretty good. Fred Dodson. This is one of the Freds I had on my list. Honestly, Farmer ended up being better. Oh, but there's Fred Bird. Oh no, 96 potential. I missed out on Fred Bird. Ooh, that one hurts, man. He was available too. That's okay though. It's not a horrible draft. Definitely could have done a little bit better though. Yeah, right now I don't plan on doing any contract extensions or anything like that. I think I'm just gonna get to the end of year 2. We'll see where we finish, check up on our prospects, and pretty much just move on to year 3. All right, year 2 is over. We finished 12 games under 500. The Red Sox won 112 games. They won the division. The Twins, they won the Central, and the Mariners took home the West. How far did we finish out of the wild card? We only finished 8 games out. Not terrible. The Phillies won the NL East. The Cardinals won the Central. The Reds were right there with them. And the Dodgers, of course, won the West. Let's take a look at MVP. J-Ram wins it in the AL with Shohei Ohtani in the NL. No surprise there. AL Cy Young is Cole Reagans. NL Cy Young is Blake Snell. Rookie of the Year for the AL is Marcelo Meyer. He goes from the Red Sox to the Angels to the Guardians. And in the NL, it's Kurtz. But let's see how everybody did. So Vlad Jr finished this season with an 815 OPS. Definitely got to get those numbers up, man. 29 homers, 28 doubles. Bo Bichette in the first year of his true extension. OPS under 700. You're getting paid now, Bo. It's time to get going. Santander finished with 42 bombs. Max Kepler, once again, we signed him in the last offseason. He got 13 home runs, 19 doubles. 647 OPS. Checking in on Rodolfo Castro, the guy I picked up at the trade deadline. I had him primarily against lefties. And overall for the year, 835 OPS. Not bad, especially only being 26 with 3 years of arbitration left. And I forgot to check what Ricky Tiedemann's final numbers were. 4.55 ERA for the year in 166 innings. It was his rookie year. I do believe he'll get better. But now let's see who wins the World Series in 2026. The Red Sox defeat the Reds. Dude, the Red Sox almost went perfect. They swept the Royals, they swept the Mariners, and then won the World Series in 5 games. They lost 1 game in the postseason. Who the hell do they even have? It's just their like normal team. They got Brandon Lau, I guess. Roman Anthony is up in the big leagues, so that definitely helps them. They have Rysel. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Red Sox fan, you're probably loving that, considering that's just like a somewhat realistic look at what the team's going to be like in 2 years. Now for 2026, the big free agents out there: Skubal, Freddie Peralta, Nico Horner, Devin Williams, Brandon Lau. He was just on the Red Sox and won a World Series. Pete Alonso, Jazz, Cody Bellinger. I mean, not the craziest list of names, I'll say. And right now, in terms of like positional needs, I have 2 or 3 starting pitchers that I'm pretty much banking on, with Trey Savage, with Roscoe Sims, with Farmer, the guys that I drafted, you know. I don't really think I need to like go out and go crazy with a starting pitcher upgrade. This will be a contract year for 2 relievers. Jeff Hoffman, who I probably won't bring back on, you know, another $11 million a year deal, even though he has been pretty freaking good in the bullpen, especially last year. Brock Stewart, I picked him up in the trade. He wasn't that great in 2026. He'll probably be a guy that I move at this deadline if possible. This is also the contract year for Max Kepler. I feel like it might be time to bring Tom Espinoza up to the big leagues, man. I mean, 22 years old. He's already a 76 overall with a potential. I feel like he maybe should start the season at the big leagues. I'm thinking we maybe give Nimala another year of development down at AAA, considering I also picked up Rodolfo Castro. And once again, he's just kind of a bridge guy. I still have Ernie Clement. I still have Schumann. I don't want to rush Nimala at all. I really just don't feel like there's a lot I need to do in this offseason. Maybe sign a reliever or two, maybe get another outfield bat just in case, you know, Tom Espinoza comes up and starts struggling. Outside of that, I really do feel like I have a good vision for the future of this team, and I don't want to spend unnecessary money on big free agents. And looking at the relievers, like, I would be down with Brian Abreu. He's looking for a 2-year deal. He just came off a season with a 2.89 ERA, a 1.24 whip in 84 innings. Brusdar Graterol pitched 59 innings last year with a 1.02 whip. You also have Loaizaga, had a pretty solid year, almost 100 innings out of the bullpen with a 1.18 whip. And I can get these guys for pretty cheap on 1-2-year deals. You know what? I think I will offer contracts to a few relievers. I think I'm going to offer Brian Abreu a deal. I think I'm probably going to offer a deal to Morejon as well. If I can get these guys, that'll be another righty for the pen. That'll be another lefty. I think I'll just start with that. Once again, I don't want to spend too much money this offseason. Morejon contract decision. Hey, welcome to the Blue Jays. We got a new lefty reliever on a 2-year, $5.8 million per year deal. Brian Abreu contract decision. Hey, welcome to the Blue Jays. We got another reliever on a 2-year deal. I think that is pretty much all I'm gonna do here. Whoa, the Phillies got Scooble. That's a big contract. 8 years, $372. And now here in year 3, we have some exciting developments. Tom Espinoza has been called up to the big leagues. He will be making his MLB debut, as well as Trey Yesavage. I want to see these guys in the big leagues, man. We're on year 3 of this rebuild. It's time we start seeing some of these guys get up here and we really start seeing if the foundation we're setting for the future has any legs. I am keeping Nimala down here in AAA for now. I feel like he could just use a little bit more development time. He's younger than Espinoza. He still is a 73 overall. Right now, we're okay in the infield. I might think about calling him up towards the deadline, depending on where we are in the standings. But for now, I'm going to let him keep cooking down here at AAA. Down here in AA, I have our second pick from the last draft, Andres Blanco, ready to get some ABs. Bob Farmer is set to get some innings here at AA, and at AAA, we have Roscoe Sims continuing his development. The prospect list is looking juicy. I kind of want to see where some of my guys are at in the actual top 100. Nimala is number 32. Espinoza's number 34. Blanco is top 40. Roscoe Sims is 43. Farmer's 45. I have 5 top 50 prospects. And then outside the top 50, I have Trey Savage at 56. I have anybody else? I have Flanagan at 83. Flanagan was the 6th round of the 2025 draft. Mark Barnes, I got to get him up to AA or something. He's there. Anybody else? Dude, what is that? Is that 8 or 9 prospects in the top 100? I'm telling you, man, the foundation is set. We just have to hope that these guys pan out. And now really getting into year 3, once again with Jeff Hoffman, like he's been very good, but man, I just don't think I need to be spending 11 mil a year on a reliever, especially because we're getting to the point where all the young talent is starting to come up and get major league reps. If they start playing well, it could be getting to the point where we add another big free agent signing, maybe another bat. It's also an interesting time for Jose Berrios, considering he only has 2 years left on his deal, making 20 million this year, 22.5 next year. He's been solid, man. He had a really good 2026. He was good in 2025. The ERA continues to go down year by year, so he's an interesting one. I'm not sure what the play is yet with Berrios. Do I move him this year? Do I move him next year? Do I possibly even extend him if he continues to pitch well? He's 32 years old right now. I don't really know yet. I'm kind of up in the air with Berrios. He's definitely the most interesting contract that I have at the moment. But once again, before I get scouting, before I get into the draft, I do want to jump into opening day. because we got to see Tom Espinosa's debut. We're opening on the road. Freddie Peralta, he got signed by the A's in the offseason. They signed him to a big deal, but let's see if Tom Espinosa can get his career started on a good note. Also, it's 2027. I don't think the A's would be in Vegas yet. I think 2028 is what they're looking at. Come on, Tom. That's okay. It's his first AB. Maybe the second AB will be better. Come on, Tom. Yeah, he's worked it full. This is like the 10th pitch of the at-bat, too. Ah, he popped it up. And hey, that was a good AB, man. He saw some pitches and he made Peralta work. Still scoreless in the 6th. Oh, that was the pitch, Tom. That curveball got so much plate. Now for the 4th at-bat, we're in the 8th inning. The A's did take the lead. It goes from Freddie Peralta to Nick Martinez. So Espinosa is just facing veterans on opening day. Oh, come on. Get going, ball. Wow, I thought that was hit a lot better than it was. And unfortunately, we do take an L on the road on opening day. Tom Espinosa went 0 for 4, but it's a long season. It just wasn't the exciting debut that I was hoping for. But don't worry, we've got another fun debut coming up, Trey Savage. And the Jays already gave him some run support here in the 1st inning. His first hitter he'll face is Randy Arozarena, and he grounds out. Somehow Randy made his way back to Tampa. Carson Williams up next, another prospect that we'll be seeing soon, I'm sure. Ooh, that was a bad pitch. Off the top of the wall. Okay, we caught a break. But maybe let's try working the corners a little bit more there, Trey. There it is, the first major league strikeout. You got Jonathan Aranda swinging, and now Tristan Casas is up. When did the Rays get Tristan Casas? 2 strikes. That ball was hit well, but not well enough. He's out of the 1st inning. Now, just like we did for Ricky Tiedemann, we're just going to see if he gets in any sort of jam here. Like right now, he's got 1st and 3rd with Junior Caminero at the plate. And that's a big strikeout. Oh, I love that. Not out of the woods yet, though. Don't sleep on Tyler Stevenson. What a pitch. Those are big-time strikeouts for you, Savage. He's on to his 7th inning of work. He is cruising against this Jays lineup. He's through 7. Are we bringing him back out there for the 8th? No. Okay, dude, 7 innings, no runs. And the Jays hold on to the lead to give Trey Savage his first career major league victory. And he's player of the game, 5 strikeouts, 4 hits, no earned through 7. Hey, that's a really good sign. But now it's time to get to the draft again. All right, we're at the draft in 2027. Here's a few of the guys I like, starting with the starters. We got Hollis Millar, 21-year-old lefty, throws extremely hard. I've got Richard Shelley, another lefty that throws extremely hard, 6'5", 18 years old out of high school. And then I've got Alexis Chavez, who looks pretty solid over round, 19-year-old, 6'3" right-handed pitcher. As far as position players, I do like Antoine Guardardo, high contact outfielder with good fielding, good reaction, good speed. And this guy looks awesome, dude. Jeremy Fujita. He's 21 years old. He's 6'5" for a second baseman. Look at the potential contact, vision, speed. Like, he looks good. I think I have the 11th pick, so let's see if any of my picks are on the board by the time I get there. Number 1 overall for the Mets. How did the Mets get the first pick? Brady Groves. Okay, number 2 overall is Miguel Sosa, a guy that I didn't even look at. And the number 3 overall pick for the Marlins, Millar. Okay, so he's off the board. Now let's skip to my pick. Anybody left? Okay, so, the Angels took Fujita from me. Man, I really don't think I could go wrong with either one of these 3 picks. I think all 3 of these guys look really good. I think I might go with Guardardo, though. Just kind of want to get some more bats. I feel like, you know, he could be good. We'll see how it goes. And for my next pick, all the guys I had are now off the board. Luis Valenzuela looks pretty good. Leonard Yabu looks pretty good. Pitcher from Japan, 18 years old. I could probably get Roberto Juarez a little bit later, considering he's not on anybody else's draft rankings. I think I will go with Leonard Yabu, though. We'll take the pitcher from Japan. Now, for my next pick, Roberto Juarez is still on the board. I think now is the time to take him. And from here on out, it's once again just a bunch of guys that weren't scouted all that well. I'll go ahead and take the guy that I did scout, though, Pablo Prado. 21-year-old outfielder. Then I'll go with a pitcher from Jamaica, Henry Henley. And yeah, from here, I'll probably just make a pick and then simulate the rest of the draft. Maybe just try to get lucky with one of these players or something. Now that the draft is over, let's go ahead and get to the deadline and see how things are looking. All right, but now we're here right before the trade deadline. We are 6 games under 500. Our division just looks really competitive. Where are we in the wild card? We are 5 games out. Let's take a look at how some of our guys are doing. Vlad has 29 home runs and 28 doubles. He's matched his season totals from 2026 at the trade deadline. This is what we need. Jeff Hoffman, how is he doing? Oh my God, a 5.21 ERA. Yeah. That is not ideal, especially in a contract year. Santander, what are we looking like here? 856 OPS, 31 homers. I mean, he's just going to continue to do his thing. Jose Barrios, right in line with what we've come to expect from him. Bowden Francis, the ERA is going up a little bit more than I'd like, but he's still doing fine. Bichette is having a significantly better year, 29 doubles already with an 812 OPS. We're hitting fairly well. Tom Espinoza, here we go. In his rookie season, has a 722 OPS with 4 homers and 28 doubles. That's what I like to see, man. Ricky Tiedemann, 5.29 ERA in his sophomore season. Trey Savage, how is he? Oh, he's doing great, man. 3.72 ERA, 1.34 whip. We'll take that all day. Let's check out how some of the other prospects are doing. Oh, Nimala is having a great year at AAA. Oh my, he's got 20 homers. Yeah, I think it's almost time for him to come up. At AA, we have Blanco, the guy that we drafted with the high power for third baseman, 12 homers, 716 OPS. How about the pitching? Bob Farmer here at AA. Not a great start to his career, but he's only 18. He's got plenty of time to work. Rod Flanagan, 2.33 ERA, 1.08 whip. Very nice. Roscoe Sims, how's he doing here in AAA? Not a great year. 4.54, 1.47 whip. Definitely would love for him to pick it up a little bit. You know what? I think I'm going to make an interesting call here. I think I'm going to trade away Max Kepler, considering he's going to be a free agent. We have him on this $9 million contract this year. I think I'm going to try to trade him away. We can then move a guy like Max Schumann out into left field. And I think it might be time to get a midseason call-up going for Arjun Nimala. I think he's ready to make his debut. He's got 20 homers in AAA, man. He is absolutely on fire. I think we could definitely use his bat at the big league level. I found a pretty interesting deal here. Max Kepler and Adam Kloffenstein. He's a 26-year-old starter with B potential, not having a great season over here at AAA, but he is young with high potential. I can trade him for Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker just hasn't really been great for the Cardinals. He hasn't really lived up to the expectations that they've had for him. Sub 700 OPSs every year. He's got C potential, but he's only 24 years old. I'm not going to pay Max Kepler. I have a lot of pitchers in the mix right now, so I don't really need Kloffenstein that much. And maybe a change of scenery for Jordan Walker is what he needs to kind of figure it out. I think I might make this deal. Considering right now the Cardinals are second to last in their division, they're going to take a chance on a starter. They'll just, finish out Max Kepler's contract for the second half of the year. We'll take Jordan Walker. I'm going to go ahead and do it, bro. I'm going to make that deal. And I think I found my trade for Jeff Hoffman. I have him, Nick Sandlin. He's another guy that I've had on the books, but he's just been chilling in AAA the whole time. So, I mean, he's still doing well, 2.17 ERA down there. And Craig Frisch, who was my 3rd round pick in the 2026 draft, 22 years old with B potential. I can trade these 3 guys to the Phillies for Sam Head, who was their #1 pick in the 2026 draft. He is already a 77 overall at 20 years old with B potential. And right now, the Phillies are first in their division with a 1.5 game lead on the Braves and the Mets. So they're going to get a couple relievers that they can use right now, plus a prospect, a good starting pitching prospect back. And I get a better prospect back from them. This helps them out right now. It helps me out for my vision for the future. I'm going to go ahead and make that trade. I got Sam Head. And now that the deadline is over, let's take a look at the new look lineup with Arjun Nimala batting leadoff. We're definitely going to jump into his debut. Tom Espinoza still there batting second. We got Jordan Walker at the bottom of this lineup now, or in the bottom third of this lineup. Down here in AAA, I have Sam Head with Roscoe Sims still getting his innings. And you can see how the prospect list is shaken up a little bit with Sam Head now in in our top 10. Roscoe Sims, I think, moved down slightly. We're going to go ahead and get into Arjun Nimala's debut real quick. We're going to see how he does in his first game. And then we got to see how our draft picks shape out for this year. And here we go. Arjun Nimala, his major league debut, taking on Luis Castillo here at home. I love a good second half call-up. He's already seen 8 pitches in his first at-bat. You know what? It's a strikeout, but he made Castillo throw a good amount of pitches for the leadoff AB of the game. Oop, I accidentally skipped his second at-bat, but he didn't do anything anyway. Now we get to see him again. He's 0 for 2. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's a perfect swing. He has his first major league home run to dead center in his debut. First career hit, first career homer. The future is bright in Toronto. Absolutely electric. Welcome to the big leagues, Arjun Nimala. We didn't get it done in the 10th, but the Blue Jays did win in the 11th on a 2-run walk-off home run from Andres Jimenez. Now that that game is over, I think it's time to see if our draft picks turned out well. I'm not making any more moves. Go ahead and simulate there. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. View the draft picks. All right, I mean, we've got 3 guys with 87 or higher potential. It's not the best draft in the world by any means. Was there anybody generational in this draft? Walter C from the Astros. I didn't even see this guy. Ooh, the Angels. Tom Castle. They got him with their second pick. He's 94 potential. Fujita turned out to be not that good, so I can sleep easy knowing that he wasn't generational or anything. Oh, wow, the Braves. Luis Valenzuela. I think I was looking at this guy. Wasn't this guy on my list? Damn, he turned out to have 93 potential. I think I missed him. Oh my God. Mets got a 99 potential center fielder. Brady Groves. He is an A potential, 80 overall at 19 years old. Pirates got 2 guys over 90 potential in their first 2 picks. Luis Rios, 92. Damn, there's a lot of late round guys. Billy Tyson. Okay. So I did look at Billy Tyson. He was like 1-1 on the board. I wouldn't have been able to get him anyway, but I just wasn't going to go for a first baseman in the draft anyway with Vlad. And there were actually a lot of good picks in this draft. There were a lot of good players that got selected. Even though I got 3 guys in this little blue box, I actually might have had a somewhat weak draft compared to some others. But hey, that's the way it goes, man. Now on to the second half of the season. We are 12.5 out of the division. Where are we in the wild card? We are 6 out. It's not over. It's definitely not over, especially if some of these prospects end up playing well. But let's get through the second half of the season, man. Damn, we finished 2 games under 500, did not make the postseason. The Rays won the division. They beat out the Red Sox. The Orioles also made it. Man, our division is just really tough. The Twins won the Central. The Mariners won the West. How far did we finish out of the wild card? 6 games out. The Phillies won the East. The Reds won the Central with 102 wins. Damn, and the Dodgers, of course, win the West. MVP here. It looks like somebody got something. Oh my God, Vlad won MVP. He finished with 42 homers, 37 doubles, an OPS well above 1,000, and he finally has his first most valuable player award. Let's go. Shohei wins it in the NL for his like 4th straight MVP, because of course he also wins Cy Young, because why not? Roche wins Cy Young in the AL. Vlad wins batting title. Who's rookie of the year? Oh, Tom Espinosa finished 2nd, man. He needed more homers to get it, bro, but 42 doubles in his rookie year is crazy. Bryce Eldridge took it home in the National League. Let's see how Nimala did at the big league level. 5 doubles, 8 homers, 687 OPS, but a 406 slugging. Bichette, how did he do? 420 slugging, 754 OPS. 12 homers, 36 doubles. Vlad, we already saw. Santander, he got another 42 homer season, man. He's just getting 40 home runs a year. That's what he does. How did Jordan Walker do now that he had some new playing time? About the same. It was all about taking a chance on him and seeing if maybe a change of scenery could help, but it's very possible it doesn't. Let's check out the rotation. Bowden Francis finished with a 3.56 ERA in 179 innings, struck out 137 batters. Jose Barrios, yeah, I mean, it's just par for the course with him, man. He has pretty much the same season. He's like Anthony Santander just on the pitching side. It's always the same numbers. Landon Knack, he's been in the rotation for a couple years now. Sub-4 ERA. Ricky Tiedemann, how did he do? 4.76 ERA in his second full year, 168 innings. And then Trey Savage, how was his rookie season? Very good. 3.95 ERA. We will take that. 114 strikeouts and 171 innings. I do have some interesting decisions to make, though. Sam Head will probably be at the major league level next year. Roscoe Sims is still there. He's still developing. He's 22, but only a 71 overall. And then, of course, we still have Bob Farmer developing, Earl McLeod, Rod Flanagan. So, yeah, I got to figure out what I'm going to do here with my starters because I want these young guys to come up and do well. Bowden Francis is still, he's got 2 more years of arbitration. Yeah, Jose Barrios is still the weird one here, man. Am I going to get rid of his contract? I don't know. But we'll go ahead and cross that bridge when we get there. Let's go ahead and simulate the postseason and see the Mets defeat the Mariners. Wow, so the Mets won the World Series and they got that generational pick? That's insane. Now, I think for this offseason, I do need to focus on... I think I need to try to get a bat, dude. I'll cross the bridge on Jose Barrios when I get there. I mean, if he has another good year, I might think about giving him a 3 or 4 year extension. I don't know. But I do think I need a bat because if you look at my offense, the infield is pretty much set right now. Jimenez still has 3 years left on his deal. Nimala, of course, he's going to be playing third base for me. Santander and Espinosa out there in the outfield. I do think I need some help in right field, considering we can't really rely on Jordan Walker to be good. I was willing to give him a chance, but he didn't really show me anything in the second half of the year. I have Max Schumann, who's just kind of a whatever bat. But if I actually look at the options here on the free agent market, I don't see anything that really blows me away in terms of offense. Lars Nootbaar would be fun, but he's asking for 7 years, $28 million a year. That to me is too much. It's a very pitcher heavy market. And then I have a guy like Teoscar. I already have Santander. They're relatively similar hitters. There's Brendan Donovan, but yeah, I'm not trying to give him a 5-year deal. So I think I might actually look at the trade market. I kind of want to see if I can get a corner outfield bat that has a couple years of control. And I'm okay with giving up a few of the starting pitchers that I've drafted, considering I feel like I have a lot of them right now. So I'm going to try to see what I can find. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe I have found my big offseason splash. I will be trading away Jake Block, a 26-year-old starter with B potential. He's 76 overall. Griff McGarry, a 28-year-old starter, 72 overall. And Davis Schneider, a guy that I just haven't really had a spot for so far. All 3 of them will be going to the A's in return for Brent Rooker. He's 33. He's owed $12 million this year and $12 million next year. His power numbers are incredible. Plus, the A's still have Lawrence Butler in the outfield. They have Trent Grisham. They have Robert Hassel, Jesse Winker. They drafted this guy, Rich Glass. Plus, they're getting a couple pitchers that are pretty much major league ready, and Davis Schneider. I'm going to take on Brent Rooker's contract. I'm going to make that trade. He's going to be my big splash of the offseason. And with that, I feel a lot better about my offense going into the year. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last offseason. I'm going to give a 1 or 2 year deal to a couple relievers. That gives me some flexibility if I want to trade. I think I'm going to try to pick up Keegan Aiken. He's a lefty reliever. He pitched 73 innings with a sub-3 ERA last year. Then I'm thinking maybe Hunter Harvey, 64 innings, 3.52 ERA, 108 whip. He's only looking for 1 year, 5.3. I might give him 2. I don't know. But I have these guys on my board. We're keeping it light again in the offseason when it comes to big signings, especially now that I'm on the hook for Brent Rooker's money too. Here we go. Keegan Aiken contract decision. Hey, welcome to the bullpen, man. And now Hunter Harvey, will you be joining as well? Yes, he will. Another reliever signed. So now it's not a big deal if I decide to trade like Brian Abreu or Morejon or whatever. And now going into year 3, take a look at the lineup. Espinosa at the top with Bo, Vlad, Santander, Brent Rooker. We got Nimala batting after all those big power bats. We still have Jordan Walker here. Maybe he could do something. In the rotation, it's Bowden Francis, Barrios, Sam Head, Landon Knack, and Trey Savage. I have Ricky Tiedemann in the long relief role at the moment. I was debating on bringing him down to AAA and letting him be in the rotation and just get starts, but I don't really want to use one of his options right now. Plus, the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards actually trading Jose Barrios and seeing if I can get something decent back, especially if he has another solid year. As far far as AAA, we still have Roscoe Sims down there developing. We have Earl McLeod. We have Bob Farmer. I do have Flanagan, Yabu, and Juarez down here at AA. Yabu and Juarez were the two guys from the last draft. And at AA, I do have Guardado with Andres Blanco getting ABs at AAA. So the prospect list is looking good still. Andres Blanco is at 39 on the top 100 with 3 in a row here. So I still have 4 guys in the top 50. Juarez is 61, so that's 5 in the top 100. And Roscoe Sims is 83, that's 6. Flanagan, 89, that's 7. Barnes, 92, that's 8. So I still have 8 guys in the top 100, even with the talent that I have at the major league level. So it's time for things to start coming together now. All right, we're about to get to the next draft. I don't really care as much about this draft. I'm not gonna say I don't care, but we're 3 years in. I've done a lot of work building this team, making moves, trying to find some really good prospects, trying to make smart deals. I'm kind of at the point where I'm ready to start winning. You know what I mean? So I've got a few guys on my board. I've got Derek Stoitsiadis, 19-year-old lefty out of high school, decent looking pitcher. We've got John Doyle, another pretty balanced lefty starting pitcher out of high school with a few position players here. Brian McCormick, kind of a speedy outfield bat out of high school. Bradley Mayer. I didn't really scout this guy, but I just kind of feel like he's going to be crazy. And then Jason Washington, he is a catcher. Alejandro Kirk only has a few years left, so if I could snag a decent catcher in the draft, I feel like that could be helpful too. But I have the 15th overall pick in this draft. Let's see who goes number 1. Steve Mota, center fielder. Number 2 overall belongs to the White Sox, Mackenzie Norman, a second baseman. And the number 3 overall pick for the Astros, Joaquin Del Villar. Honestly, none of the guys that I expected to go early actually went. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to get to my pick. Bradley Mayer did go to the Giants. The pitcher whose name I couldn't pronounce went to the Brewers. So I have my choice between Brian McCormick and John Doyle. I'm kind of leaning towards John Doyle just for the fact that McCormick definitely looks like he's not going to be the best bat. I'm going to take John Doyle as my first round pick in this draft. And I might grab another starting pitcher here, Craig Slaughter. Once again, pretty balanced, doesn't throw very hard, but should be getting a lot of strikeouts. And I think I'm going to take this guy, Jackson Landrum, 18-year-old out of high school, righty power bat, corner outfield spot. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a chance on him. Next up, I think is going to be Ward England out of Indiana, 6'3" righty who should throw extremely hard. So let's take him. And from there, I think I'm just going to skip to the end, man. A lot of these guys weren't really scouted. I'll just take Billy Anderson. All right. And now we are right about at the trade deadline. We are 58 and 51, only a game and a half out of first place. And we're currently in command of the second wildcard spot. So we are in a playoff position basically at the deadline. Now let's take a look how everybody's doing. Tom Espinoza, 10 homers, 34 doubles. The guy is on fire. I love him. Arjun Nimala, how is he looking? Okay, not great. Only a 606 OPS, 11 doubles, 7 homers. Hopefully he can be a little bit better. Jordan Walker, he had the little flame next to his name. 693 OPS, not bad at all. How is Brent Rooker doing? 19 home runs, 16 doubles, got a 764 OPS. That works. Santander looks like he's doing his thing. 24 homers, 834 OPS. Vlad is Vlad, 26 homers right now, 940 OPS. The offense is good. How about the pitching? Bowden Francis, what are we looking at here? Pretty similar year to what he's had. The ERA has been slightly creeping up the past couple years, which isn't awesome. Jose Barrios, what are we looking at here? I mean, it's the same year all the time, a 3.34 ERA. It is going to be sad to trade him because he's been such a reliable arm for us, but I think we're gonna have to do it. How is Sam Head looking at the big league level? 3.90 ERA, 1.42 whip. Landon Knack is currently at a 3.75 ERA with a 1.32 whip. Trey Savage in his second year, ERA is a little high, man, 5.31 and a 1.5 whip. And then Ricky Tiedemann out of the pen has been pretty good. 2.77 ERA in 74 innings. Oh man, Jose Barrios though. I want to trade him because I want to get something back, but damn it, we're in a playoff spot. Actually, man, the more I think about it, I think I might just let Barrios go the rest of this year. I am in a playoff spot, and him being a key piece in this rotation is a huge reason for that. I actually don't think I'm gonna trade him. I think I'm gonna let him keep going, and then we'll just see what happens in the offseason. I think it's one of those things where I don't really want to mess with the current construction of the team. I think it is a pretty solid overall roster at the moment. And if Jose Barrios ends up walking after this year, it's just going to be something I have to live with because I want him in the rotation for the second half for this playoff push. We're right there, man. The division is within our grasp. The wild card is right there. Like, we have a chance to make the playoffs and maybe go on a run. I don't think I am going to trade him. I really don't. I'm here on the trade block, and the one guy I would absolutely get in a heartbeat is Christian Moore. The problem is he's on the Red Sox, and in 23 games, he's actually doing pretty well. And we're fighting with the Red Sox for a division championship right now. There's no way they would give him to us in real life, so I'm not going to make that trade. Yeah, I really don't think there's much I want to do right now. I think I might just ride with the vibes of this team in the second half of the year and see if they can get a playoff spot. But now I do have to see how our draft turned out. Did we actually get a decent draft class this year? No, I did not. This is easily the worst draft I've had so far. But once again, I wasn't really all that in tune with this one. I'm ready to start winning. I'm ready to start moving pieces to get big names. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's finally time to see if the Blue Jays can make the playoffs for the first time in this rebuild. Let's go, man. Second half of the season needs to go well. I'm seeing a few too many L's here this month. That's a lot of L's in a row right there. Going into the final month, we're 2 games out of the division. We are in the first wild card spot, though, so we're still safe. For my September call-ups, I will probably go with... I'll probably go with Alan Roden. Move him to the major league team. And then maybe a pitcher, maybe... Yariel Rodriguez. Yeah, let's get him up to the big leagues. I mean, he should be up here anyway with the contract that he got. All right, but now it's time for the final month. Let's see if we can finally make the postseason. We got a big series against Boston coming up, and that's a sweep. Oh my God, we swept the Yankees as well? Or we got a 4-game sweep on the Yankees. All these pop-ups need to go away. Oh my God, yo, 91 and 71? Dude, look at the last 2 weeks here. Starting with this game against Cleveland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We won 12 out of our last 13 games to not only make the playoffs, but win the AL East. Dude, and now we have awards. Did somebody win MVP here? Vlad Jr won his 2nd straight MVP. Corbin Carroll finally toppled Shohei Ohtani's run there in the NL. Cy Young was Spencer Strider and then Logan Gilbert. Keegan Aiken won reliever of the year. 55 saves. And I got him on a 2-year deal for less than $11 million. GM 46 right here. Rookie of the year, Sam Head was number 2. Oh, took him from the Phillies, man. Dude, that's electric. Okay, how did Tom Espinoza do by the end of the year? 46 doubles, 16 homers, 792 OPS. Bo Bichette. Why does Bo have no picture? 421 slugging, 750 OPS with 20 homers and 35 doubles. Vlad, his 2nd straight MVP, 43 homers, 41 doubles, 998 OPS. Santander continues to be a menace in this lineup. 31 doubles, 34 homers. How did Brent Rooker's first year go? 23 doubles, 28 homers, 746 OPS. Not as good as I wanted, but not bad. Nimala, what was his final line like? 16 doubles, 13 homers, 679 OPS. Jordan Walker finished the year with a 401 slugging. He definitely had a better year than 2027. Let's take a look at the pitching. Bowden Francis had a 3.10 ERA. That's what I'm talking about, Bowden. The top of the rotation holding it down. Jose Barrios, so happy I didn't trade him. 3.2 ERA. This guy is just the model of consistency for this rotation. Sam Head was 2nd in Rookie of the Year, even with a 4.13 ERA. That's not that good. Landon Knack had a 3.55 ERA. How did Ricky Tiedemann do in his role? Ricky Tiedemann actually killed it in his bullpen role, man. 103 innings, 2.86 ERA. But we have officially made it to the postseason, man. I am excited. We have a bye. We'll be taking on the winner of Kansas City and Minnesota. And Minnesota swept the Royals. Cleveland beat Boston as well. So we're the only AL East team left in the postseason. Over on the National League side, we have the Giants and D-backs, and then the Braves and the Reds. Oh, man, I'm nervous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get into the postseason, the first postseason in this Jays rebuild. I still can't believe we went on this crazy streak to close out the year. Absolutely insane. So we have game 1, Bowden Francis versus David Festa of the Twins. Actually, I want to see what the Twins roster looks like in this. Do they have anybody weird? Royce Lewis, Brandon Lau. So he went from the Red Sox to the Twins. They must have signed him. Chris Bubich, Byron Buxton, Whoa, 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 whoa. When did this happen? This happened at this trade deadline. I did not see this pop up. No way they have Mike Trout as an under the radar player where he doesn't have a pop up for a trade. What? They also have CJ Abrams, Luis Arias, Luis Castillo. This is a good team, dude. Walker Jenkins. How did he do in his rookie season? Or no, 2027 was his rookie season. He had a 779 OPS in 2028. But that does not matter. I like my Jays squad. I like my young talent. I like our power in the lineup, and I do like our pitching. Once again, game one, Bowden Francis, David Festa. Game one goes to the Blue Jays. The Twins made it interesting at the end with a run in the 8th, but it wasn't good enough. Okay, game two goes to the Blue Jays again. Brian Abreu gets the win. We scored 4 in the bottom of the 7th. And now for game 3, Sam Head on the mound against Luis Castillo. We closed it out, man. A sweep. And now we'll be playing the winner of Cleveland versus Seattle. It's gonna be Cleveland, and we will be at home. Let's check out the Guardians. Who do they have? Clase, Ramirez. They got Adley, so they signed him. What did they sign him for? 16 mil a year for probably like a 5-year deal, 4-year deal. They also have Pete Alonso. Okay. Wow. Interesting. They also have Corey Seager and Cody Bellinger. Can't forget Marcelo Meyer, the trade with the Angels. After the Angels got him from the Red Sox for Christian Moore, who I wanted to trade for. All right, but here we go. Landon Knack for game 1. Man, we stay undefeated in the playoffs. Trey Savage getting a start in the postseason. And we're up 2-0. Oh my God, we are rolling right now. Bowden Francis, game 3. Okay, we take our first L. That one's on the road. Barrios, you got me, right? We win 13-1. And now game 5 is Sam Head. Come on. Sam Head gets us to the World Series. What is going on? We'll be taking on the Giants. Dude, did they sweep the Reds? No, they beat them 4-1. It's Toronto and San Francisco in the World Series. But dude, now going back to the end of the regular season, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then there's one loss. So 12-1, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17-2, 18-2, 19-2. We have won 19 of our last 21 games. What is happening? Gotta see who the Giants have. Who's on the Giants roster? What are we going up against? Kyle Tucker, Logan Webb, Bryce Eldridge up to a 90 overall. Jung-Hoo Lee, William Cooley. I think this guy, first round pick in 2025. So this is at the beginning of this video. Porter Hodge, Xavier Edwards, of course, the franchise god. Nolan Shanuel. All right. I mean, Zach Wheeler. What? 24.6 mil a year. They must have signed him to a short-term deal. You know what, though? Looking at this roster, I actually do like my roster better. I actually think my Blue Jay squad is better. I like the offense better. I like my pitching. Sam Head is going crazy. And I actually see like how everybody's doing right now. Tom Espinoza in this postseason has a 103.2 OPS with 14 hits in 8 games. This guy was a legendary draft pick. Bo Bichette, 845 OPS. Vlad isn't even doing that great. He's got a home run. Santander has 2 bombs. Jordan Walker is doing awesome in this postseason. Man, this is what I'm saying. I like how we're looking. Even Namala has 10 hits in 8 games. He's showing up when it matters. Now it's time, man. Landon Knack, 1.59 ERA in this postseason against Logan Webb. Here we go. Game 1 of the World Series goes to the Blue Jays. We get a 1-run win. Game 2. Okay, series is tied, coming back to Toronto. Here we go. Let's win 3 in a row and win in front of the home fans. Okay. Bowden Francis gets the win. It's a shutout there. Game 4. Sam Head is going to be on the mound for a potential World Series clinching win. It is time. We got to do it in front of the home fans. Here we go. Ooh, Xavier Edwards starts it off with a double and gets caught stealing. He's trying to steal third. What are you doing? Tom Espinoza, leadoff single, of course. Ooh, Bo hit a double, but Espinoza got thrown out. Vlad comes through, and now we have first and third with Castro. Castro is good against lefties. This is the perfect time for him. He pops it up. Hey, we have the lead after 1. Mala with a single. Oh my God. Kirk with a single. Second and third for Espinoza. Gotta see if our guy can come through. Got him on an outside changeup. That's fine. See if Bo can come through. He's 1 for 1 in this one. Get down. Yes. That's got to score 2. That has to score 2. Bo Bichette coming through. with a 2 RBI single. 3-0 Jays. I'm just feeling a Vlad Jr bomb right here. Okay, never mind. Dude, what a start. Oh. Okay, I say that, and Tyler Fitzgerald hits a bomb, and Sam Head is in a little bit of trouble here. Eldridge at the plate. He strikes out. This is a huge spot. Do not let Nolan Shanuel get you here. Oh, that sucks. Still got to get out of it. Come on. That's got to be out number 3. Let's go. The lead is intact. Santander, solo home run. Brent Rooker single. Here comes Nimala. Nimala with a triple in the World Series. 5 runs already for this team. Oh my God. What a performance from the offense in the first few innings of a clinching World Series game. Espinoza walk. New pitcher. Okay, Bo took a walk. Vlad comes through. Here's Brent Rooker. He's out. Okay, we've scored in every inning, and it's 6-2. I'm telling you, man, this Blue Jays team is loaded. Castro single. Nimala with another triple. When was the last time a player got 2 triples in one World Series game? Kirk is out. Jimenez is out. And we can't score him from third. You know, we're up by 5, which is great, but ooh, I would love to see us get that run there. Ricky Tiedemann is coming in here out of the pen in the World Series, and he gets a 1-2-3 inning, man. I love seeing the prospects go crazy right now. Sam Head with 5 innings. Nimala 3 for 3. Espinoza has a hit. Tiedemann out of the pen so far. This is great, dude. This is exactly what I want to see. Okay, Fitzgerald single out. On to the bottom of the 7th. There's Rooker with a single. He's 3 for 4. Nimala is 4 for 4. It's 1st and 3rd for Kirk. Oh, he hits into a double play. But hey, Ricky Tiedemann is holding it down. Can we get anything here in the bottom of the 8th? 1st and 2nd for Bo. Here comes Vlad. New pitcher in. Vlad's out. Santander is out. 9th inning. Ricky Tiedemann is on the bump. 3 outs away. Easy for Nimala. That's 1. Right to him. The Jays are 1 out away. This is it, man. Patrick Bailey is all that stands between this team and a championship. Your strike count. Come on, Ricky. Okay, that's fine. Just got to go right after Tyler Fitzgerald. He can't hit a 5-run home run. Just face him. 1-2 count. Strike 3. Incredible work from Sam Head and Ricky Tiedemann. The Toronto Blue Jays are World Series champions. Arjun Nimala with 2 triples in the clinching World Series game. Vlad had 2 RBIs. Bo had a double. Santander with a home run. Brent Rooker went 3 for 4. What a way to do it. We took this roster led by Vlad Jr. and his new extension. We then proceeded to also sign another piece of homegrown talent, Bo Bichette. Some of the arms that we already had came through, like Bowden Francis, like Jose Barrios. We had some of their current prospects like Arjun Nimala really step up. Guys like Ricky Tiedemann, guys like Trey Savage, not to mention some of the prospects that I drafted, Tom Espinoza. We actually didn't even get a chance to see some of the other ones like Roscoe Sims or Rod Flanagan, but we also made some smart trades. We used Landon Knack to our advantage for a few seasons. We got Sam Head giving up 3 players to the Phillies for that return. And of course, getting Brent Rooker from the A's, taking on his $12 million a year contract to be the piece that we needed to get us over the hump. Oh man, this is such a satisfying win. By the way, we didn't see who won World Series MVP. Vlad Jr., of course. And the thing is, I have all of these prospects. I could go another 5 years on this rebuild, and I could probably win another 3 championships easy. But I completed my goal. I won a World Series, and I set the Blue Jays up for the future, all while behind Vlad Jr.'s new extension. The future is bright in Toronto.